Hey everybody, Rock Farmer here with a little update for the server members. As you know, we've been having some issues with lag the last couple of days, and I've desperately been trying to do whatever I can to make the experience better for everybody. Unfortunately, what has happened is we have gone both to 1.10 and moved the server at the same time to a new location. And also, I think a lot of players right now are at the point where, they have their bases kind of set up and they're beginning to build their own farms and everything. So it could be a combination of many things, but unfortunately, last night was really, really bad. So let's try to look at it. And what I want people to do is, your F3 screen. I want you to look at your entity count. An entity count is that little number in the left that is in front of the E. I'll try to mark it in a video here. Right now, as you can see, I have one entity loaded and 65, or I have 65 loaded and there is one in my render range. Meaning that probably somewhere in the back there, in a cave, there might be a creeper or what do I know. Now, every entity in the game is something that the computer or the CPU has to process. So for example, if I go look at this slime here, you can see first that my entity number goes up, and as they split, that number increases. 64, 66, 67. But every tick, meaning 20 times a second, the CPU has to calculate, what am I going to do? Like, I am a slime, oh, I guess I'm gonna attack that iron golem. It's gonna do that 20 times a second. If I was gonna move closer, at one point it would see me and say, oh, I better attack him instead. But when this thing here fires, we should see the entity number go up quite drastically. So there we go, and as you can see now that all the sugarcane is falling down, you see my entity number go up quite drastically. And as the sugarcane gets absorbed into the hopper, they disappear from the world, so it doesn't have to think about them in that sense anymore. Now that number is important because, if there's 7 of us on, and we are all in different spaces, and all of us have 100 loaded, that's 700 entities that the game has to process 20 times a second. That can be a lot, but that's not bad. But what I want you to do as a number, it's not bad is what I mean. What I want everybody to do is to look around your bases and see what that number is. So for example, I have about 100 entities loaded in here, which it's not bad. I don't have any farms going, and I have some item frames up in my storage room, which is nothing. I mean, yes, they cause lag, but they're not crazy. Let me go into game mode 3 here. So let me show you in here. I have item frames up there, and you can see right now my computer is rendering 25 of those, and I have 56 entities loaded in my vicinity. Now, if I go to Spawn Island, I'm going to fly over there really quick, and as I do, I'm going to cause more lag because you see how the chunks have to load and unload? That's something that also takes CPU resources. When I approach here, this number will go up quite a bit. Mainly because a lot of people have stuff here. We also have the chicken cooker. We have a bunch of cows. We have a bunch of sheep. And I know that Lotus has a bunch of chickens down in her candy or her pastry shop, which is that one. Sorry, not the magic hat. So I need everybody to just go to your own bases and have a look at that number and let me know, or not let me know, but try to reduce it somehow if you can. That number would be very nice to have around 100 for the big bases. For example, if you have a cow farm, or if you have a cow cooker, You know, do you need 150 cows in it, or can you do with 30? Because every 150 cows have to ask themselves 20 times a second, what do I want to do? Do I want to try to move? And that's just how Minecraft works. There's nothing we can do about that. Well, enough about that. Try to see if you can reduce the amount of entities you have on your bases. That would be helpful. Thank you. Another thing that is new right now, or I did this last week, is I've started flattening out the mountain. Some people have been needing more space. We're out of shop space down here. So we need more shop space. And that will be up here. I've marked out a couple of places that I considered like it's possible to put in a little shop there. You don't have to follow these exactly, but you can just see that these areas here are designated for shops. So go ahead and use them. So thank you all for watching this little update here. I'm gonna finish on a good note with interesting news for the most of us. If you look here, this Sunday we're doing the Ender Dragon. It is going to be at 10 PM Swedish time, at 9 PM UK, 4:30 PM Eastern, and 2:30 Mountain Time, which I did not know the abbreviation for. So I hope to see as many of you there as possible, and have a good one, guys. I'll see you in game.